Ooh, ah. Ooh. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video we're going over a lifted Ram 1500 Bighorn. This truck is absolutely crazy, and yeah, you guys are gonna see in the video. So first and foremost, a huge shout out and thank you to the Dodge Ram and Sandy for providing us with the truck. Check out their inventory in the link below. Let's just get straight into the video. So under the hood of this, we have the naturally aspirated 5.7 liter Hemi V8 that goes to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 15 around town, 21 on the highway. Probably gonna be less with the lift. Power output's 395 horsepower and then 410 pound-feet of torque. But let's get to the accessories because that's the exciting part. So first off the front end, the most noticeable thing is going to be the bumper. It's the Fab 4 Vengeance bumper, and you can see that you've got a 20-inch light bar which I have turned on, and then the light pods in place of where the fog lamps would be. So there's 4 light pods, 2 on each side, as you can see. But yeah, this bumper is absolutely crazy. I mean, it's just so massive in general. Completely transforms the front end look of this truck. I think it looks super, super good. And then you can see the hood. That's completely stock. Nothing's been changed there. Nothing's been changed with the front. But what you could do that would be really easy on this truck, if you want it to be all blacked out, you literally could just wrap this with like vinyl here on all of the chrome. So you could do kind of like a chrome delete with that, so it's all blacked out in the front end if you want, but I still think it looks good this way. Now we're on the side here, we have an absolutely ridiculous setup here. So 6-inch lift. It's a rough country lift if you guys are wondering on the brand. We've got 20-inch fuel wheels, and we've got the Nitto grapplers, which are 37s. Yes, that is right, 37s. I thought the 35s on my Raptor were huge, but these are on a whole nother level. So you guys can see, especially the tread pattern looks so aggressive, and you guys saw from the front end look just completely transforms the overall look of the truck. And then here is a look at the lift. Again, 6-inch lift on this truck, and just from like a stance perspective, completely changed it. And then these are just bolt-on fender flares that you can see that are body painted so black to match the rest of the truck. Same thing with the setup in the rear. All of that is identical, but again, completely transforms the stance of this truck. You can see as I'm walking around it, this truck just looks like massive and imposing. And I put it next to these regular 1500s, so you can see like the difference. Like, look how massive that is, and then compare that to your regular 1500. Like, they just look tiny in comparison. Here is the key fob. Again, you've got the unlock, the lock, and then a remote start function, which the remote start, pretty simple. And the exhaust on this is stock, by the way, but it still sounds good. If you did want an aftermarket exhaust, definitely recommend the Corsa exhaust for the trucks, because that sounds really good on the 1500s. I do have a video in my Ram playlist if you guys want to look that up, if you want to see what the Corsa exhaust sounds like, but that would be another cool addition to this truck. And then you've got the Vengeance bumper there in the back. All the regular logos, again, you could just easily like black those out. Honestly, with badges like that, I would just paint them, but you can do whatever you want. I know it is an expensive truck, so yeah, maybe you want to do something a little bit more professional than me. But you can see here in the rest of the rear, pretty normal, nothing too crazy going on here. The thing that I wanted to show you guys is with the 6-inch lift. So I'm 5'11", and this comes up to like my waist with the bed. Like, it's super high up there. It's absolutely insane. And the truck from the rear, ooh, just looks so good. Like, look at this 3/4 angle, especially right here. Yeah, that's just such a good look. The truck looks so aggressive. Now, coming here to the back, the only reason we're coming here to the back is so you guys can see, like, obviously Bighorn interior. So you've got like the padding here with the cloth, and then the black trim, so that matches with like the sporty aesthetic. But you've got running boards, so getting into the back is actually really easy. So you can see that you just step up into the running board, and then you step up here, and like, it's not bad at all. There's a bunch of stuff in my feet, like a license plate cover, and you've even got like the little cargo thing right there, a couple cup holders, USBs, and a full power outlet. But like, other than that, like, it's normal back here. You just feel like really high up. Like, look at that. There's a 1500 again next to a stock one, and it just looks tiny next to us. And then yes, this one has the power folding mirrors, which work because they're all blacked out. The trailer mirrors, obviously they have the chrome, so these ones look a whole lot better. But again, you can see the door panel in the front, and again, it's really easy to get in because like literally all I have to do is just step on this, and then ooh, hit my head on something, but then pop in pretty easily in general. And then if you guys notice the seats at the front, you got the Bighorn seats with the really like nice cloth on them. Nothing too crazy there, but start her up. Looking at the steering wheel, all of this is completely normal. Like, you have all the controls in the normal areas, cruise control, gear selector, all that stuff, voice commands. Like, nothing has changed in this area. And then you can see over here, you've got little stock for the windshield wipers, Everything is completely normal in this area. The only difference is over here, see, you got the light controls, and then you can see that little red switch right there. So how this works is you cannot have the lights in auto to turn on the fog lights. I know it's kind of annoying, but like if it's right now where it's not dark enough for the lights to automatically turn on, it's just how the Rams work. So you've got to turn it over in that position, or if the lights are on in the auto mode, then you can turn on the fog lights. Then you press that little button right there, and that'll turn on the fog light. And then this little switch right here, click that up, and then you guys can see again on the dash, there's the readings there. And then you guys can see with the truck at the front, everything will be on. So you got the light pods on, and then you've got the little 20-inch strip on as well. And yeah, that's all she wrote. Now for the rest of this truck, this one does have the 8.4 inch. So it still has a camera. Look at this with the zoom in. You'd have to have obviously the adjustable hitch to be able to use this at all. So yeah, but still pretty cool with that. You can see you got a little 12 volt at the top right there. But in terms of the rest of the screen, the 8.4 inch, you guys know that I like this screen. Functions really good. Heated seats, heated steering wheel as well. And then look, yes, it is built in, so you can deploy and retract the steps from the inside. Really, really neat on that. I just love that they've added that with the trucks that you can do when you do put steps on like this. And then coming down here, radio controls, dual zone climate, all the normal stuff, heated seat controls. You've got your parking sensors, your tow haul mode, stability control, and then you've got the trailer brake controls. And then this one does have the center console, so it's not a bench seat, which you can get in the Bighorns. So you've got that whole setup with this little area, and got a little power outlet down there. But yeah, pretty like solid setup in general with the interior. Just kind of showing you guys so you can see like everything that's associated with this truck other than the aftermarket accessories. But yeah, that all. Well, let's get into pricing on this truck now. So this truck originally stickered for about $50,000 and some change before the modifications. With the truck taken into account and then the modifications, the total sticker price is about $67,000 before any type of market adjustment. And you guys know market adjustment means that the price could go above or below that number. So it just depends on the market. But that all being said, let's take this truck out and see how it drives. Quickly talk about visibility here in the truck. So you can see visibility of the hood pretty much unchanged. You're just way higher off the ground, which actually helps out because then you can see everything around you. You can see the small mortals and their tiny little cars, but there's visibility through both the mirrors and throughout the back. And ooh, sun is starting to set pretty outside though, but let's get going. We are doing POV in this truck just because I like to do that in lifted trucks. I don't know why it is, but that's just how I work. And so far you guys can see like maneuvers really well and feels really good. I don't notice any rubbing with me doing the turns or anything, even though it's got freaking 37s. Like, geez, they're so massive. Hello, tiny truck. Yeah, it's just so crazy how big this is compared to a regular truck. But you guys can see like starting off here, this truck does really well. Like, it's smooth and you can hear quite a bit of noise from the tires, but I mean, that's expected. Those tires are so aggressive. You could do 37s that are a little bit less aggressive on this truck. Still look great, won't look as cool, but they'll be less noisy. But this isn't bad at all. Definitely does float around a little bit, the suspension, which would be great on the off-road actually. But sadly, someone who buys this probably won't take it off-road. If you're watching this video and you buy this, please take it off-road for my sake. Please do it for me. But yeah, body roll's pretty minimal as well. Like, it's doing really good. Like, I'm pleasantly surprised with this truck. Usually trucks with lifts that are this big, 6 inches, is huge. And I mean, yeah, it does really well. And before I hear in the comments that 6 inches isn't huge, go ask a girl and come back to me after you've talked to them. But anyways, it's pretty solid. And you guys can see the brakes work fine here. Of course, I run into the clump of cars, but stopping here, I mean, it feels great in traffic. Like, it doesn't feel crazy by any means or anything like that. And we should be able to go and get our minor acceleration right here. So you guys can see again, turning super easy, don't go out of the lane or anything like that. And just like getting up, yeah, the 5.7 Hemi's got more than enough power to get this truck up and going. There's not an issue at all. But right here will be our full-blown acceleration. Sadly, we ran into a yellow, so we got to stop for a second, see what's going on in the world. And then we're gonna go. Okay, let's give her the full-blown pedal down. that's pretty good. If you guys are complaining why I didn't go any faster, the speed limit's 40 miles an hour. Got to keep things legal on the channel here. But that's solid. So you can get up to about 40 miles an hour in first gear, roughly. A little bit less than that. But it gets up to speed fine. It feels a little bit slower than a regular 1500, I can tell you that. Compared to a stock one, slightly slower, but it's not that much. I imagine if I like put them side by side and raced them, which maybe I should do that for a video, but if I did, it would be really close with a race between the two trucks. So actually getting into summing things up, really solid truck. I love the aesthetic of it. The lift doesn't ruin the drivability of the truck, still drives great. I love the fact that it has a side step so you can actually get into the truck. I think it's just a really cool build in general. And the fact that it's on a Bighorn means that you're able to get this for a lot less than if you did this on like a Laramie or a Limited, which you'd be probably like, it'd be like over $70,000. So definitely a solid build. So I would definitely check into doing this to your truck, or just buy this one because it's already done. And the fuel light came on. Whoops. See ya. That is going to sum things up for our video on this lifted Ram 1500 Bighorn. Really like this truck, especially the whole look of it. The only thing I'd change, honestly, is just the blacking out the front end, which is super easy with vinyl. But again, a huge shout out and thank you to the Dodge Ram here in Sandy for providing us with the truck. Check out their inventory in the link below. I will see all of you in the next video.